How y'all doing? What's poppin'? It's your boy Rez on the RhezCast together with my guests. How you doing, Sebastian? What's up?
Oh, I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. What's up, Dino, whatever? How you doing, man?
We're good. We're good
Very
here.
good, very good. That's good to hear from you guys. Poggers. So, today we have a very special RhezCast because Sebastian is on it. You know,
I was going to say because I'm here.
you see, everything that has to do with Sebastian is very special.
That's true.
Because
And I still have. Can you guys believe I still have this thing?
the mullet, yeah,
Yeah. I was just
kinda...
thinking when I used to manage one of the dollar stores in my town, our milk delivery guy that came and like switched out all the gallons of milk and stuff, he actually had a mullet that he had just blonde frosted tips, and the rest of it was black. And he was a bigger Mexican dude named Manny. He was a good guy.
Nice.
Fantastic. But I just like remembered randomly because I haven't seen him in like 7 years, and like I saw his truck. And I was like, oh my God, he has a mullet with blonde tips.
You have mad respect for me because, you know, the one thing I would never put on the line on my stream is my haircut. Like, have you seen my forehead, man? Like the only thing I have going for me is like my hair and my beard. That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I shaved my beard too, but it's coming back. It's getting there.
It's getting there. Definitely.
What's the longest you've ever had your beard, Rez?
I think like a bit longer than this.
Really?
Not really
You
long.
haven't had like not the mountain man or nothing?
Pretty like till here, I'd say, I guess.
Tee-hee, my man. Tee-hee.
Yeah. Tee-hee. But I could grow it out if I wanted to, right?
Oh, okay. That's what counts. That's what counts. It's beard on the inside.
But we actually have 3 bearded men here.
Oh yeah, what about you, Dino? How long have you gotten your beard?
No, I don't have a good beard structure, so maybe around this I keep it like this. Because
you keep it
there's some
clean
spots
shaved?
where my beard is not growing, so I try to shave often. So that's it.
I got you.
I see.
You got to do what looks best for you. So, like I said, it's the mental beard you have that's important, not your real beard.
So no shave November is not really a thing for me because I do always shave. So yeah, no shave November, guys.
Oh,
no shave November. I thought it was no nut November.
Yeah, it's both.
Let me ask you guys. Yeah, it's both. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
No, November is 2 days away. You guys are gonna nut before then?
Always.
Let's see.
Nothing stops me.
Gotta bust it out 8 times on the 31st. You know, making sure it's all done.
Hell no! I'll be damned if a calendar stops me. Fuck you, November. I'll do what I want. All right,
I'll do what I want.
Camera there, Nidalee. Bye bye. All right, cat's gone.
Cute fucking cat though.
Yeah, I like her.
Definitely.
That's why I feed her. Ugh.
That's why you feed her, because you like her. That makes sense. It makes sense. Yes.
Oh.
I have a very important question actually. Before we can do anything other topics, there's nothing we can talk about other than this topic before anything else. All right. What do you have in your fridge right now?
I have a tub of oil with like only 5 mozzarella balls, like 5 cheese balls in it.
Okay, nice. Respectable. What about you, Dino?
Water.
Water.
Respectable.
Respectable, definitely. I myself, in my fridge, there's some pizza leftovers, which I can eat for lunch tomorrow. And there's a smoothie. There's a smoothie.
What kind? What kind of smoothie?
I think it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I can go downstairs and get it if you want, but
Well, are you gonna drink it now if you get it?
Nah.
Well, then nah. Don't even bother.
I won't bother.
I want to see how fast you can drink that smoothie. So
You know what? Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll stream a bit longer after this RhezCast and just drink the entire thing in one
Smoothie
go.
stream.
How much would people donate for that? I wonder.
I bet King Gang would donate millions
To see me drink a smoothie in
to watch you
one.
drink a smoothie. Slowly, though. I want to see it as fast as you can. He wants to see it as slow as you can drink a smoothie. He wants to see how long you can make that smoothie last. He's like, that smoothie better be warm before you finish it.
Smoothie otter, which means drinking it in one go in Dutch. Basically. But it mostly goes for beer when you'd say otter.
Okay.
I gotcha.
Yeah,
Big boy chug.
Good to know.
it's
New
pretty
things.
much, yeah. You guys get any smoothies? What do you think about smoothies?
I like just a strawberry smoothie with some granola
Yeah,
in it.
me too.
Special.
Strawberry.
Strawberry. Everybody strawberry. Well,
Hell
I
yeah.
know for a fact that my smoothie is not. I don't think it's like a specific fruit. It's like a bunch of fruit, but the label says energize, so it's probably like fruits with a fuck ton of energy in them.
Yep,
Hey,
probably.
Hell yeah.
hell yeah, dog. Hell yeah,
The
dog.
souls of the elderly, right? No? Okay. Anyway, it sounds delicious either way, Rez.
Yep.
That's good to know. That's good to know.
Those things with energy boosters like vitamin A to Z, whatever. Put all vitamins there.
Hell
What you don't know is vitamin A is actually vitamin Amanda for an old lady's soul.
I also thought of this other question, which I thought was interesting. If you had the entire world's attention for 30 seconds, what would you say in those 30 seconds?
I would try to fart for the entire 30 seconds. Just one continuous fart.
That's a long ass fart.
Yeah, exactly. And the entire world now knows I have the longest fart in the world. So
Would that be a record? How long is the longest fart?
I don't know as well.
see, so if I got a 30-second one out, that would be the world record.
You'd
'Cause
probably become a
everybody would
meme.
know.
You'd probably
Yeah,
become a
take the
meme.
record. Take the record.
What about you,
for
Dino?
it.
What would you
For
say?
me, maybe I'll try to eat 5 hot dogs within 30 seconds.
I see. We're all doing challenges here. We're not
I was
giving
gonna say
emotional
I changed my mind.
speeches.
Can I have the hot dogs too?
you can do a
I'm kinda hungry,
competition.
dog.
You can do a competition. Who can eat the most hot dogs within 30 seconds? 5 seconds. What? 30 seconds.
Heard. Okay, so I assume if you had the world's attention, you would just want to narrate our hot dog eating contest.
Yeah, definitely. I would.
Okay, perfect.
You see, I'm too skinny. I just kind of
No,
flamed you
no, I
guys.
think what will Rez do is to make a bet for the for 30 seconds.
True.
Like he will,
True.
since it's
Yeah.
world attention, every penny counts. Like he will earn a millions just for the commission.
I would get everybody on board to bet on you guys, and I'd become rich because I would just take 10% of the
Yeah,
loot.
the
Take the
entire
cut,
world,
like
yeah.
a fixing fee, something like that.
And you know everybody would bet on it too. If the entire world had to watch that, they'd bet on
Yeah.
it. They'd have
Yeah.
nothing better to do.
Of course. Well, maybe some are like poor shit, and they would like, nah, I'm not gonna. I'll just sit through it. But like, of course, LeBron James gonna fucking drop a 10 million on the fucking that's a bastard winning the fucking bet, and then your
I
next
bet that tasty white boy can eat them more.
Tom Cruise coming in, walking with fat stacks, dropping them on Dino, like, oh, my man's gonna win.
Now I'm just imagining there's like huge stacks of money behind us while we're eating these hot dogs. It's just getting bigger and bigger the more we eat. I like that.
That
That's
guy is
like-
called the stable horse. Yeah,
That's hilarious. That's funny.
Hilarious.
That's funny.
Okay.
I can just see it in front of me. What a
You're
beautiful thought.
visualizing it right now. You're trying to
Yes.
imagine what's happening right now.
I wonder who would win though. Definitely. Which
Oh,
one?
me. I eat hot dogs all day. I've eaten 42 hot dogs today.
42?
No.
Yeah,
No,
what?
no, it's impossible.
I haven't eaten any hot dogs at all today.
This is a fucking liar.
I do not like how easily you believed me, Rez. Like you didn't say bullshit. You were like, wait, 42?
Yeah, I was still processing it, all right?
I knew you were fat, Sebastian, but god damn, what the fuck?
Actually, I would like to ask if 42 hot dogs with the bun or just the hot dog itself.
For the
Oh, see,
contest.
I have to have the bun.
Yeah, because some it's a technique in the hot dog eating contest. They eat first the hot dog before the bun.
Oh yeah,
True,
I've seen
true.
that. They take the meat out of the bun and they
Yeah,
just
the
like
meat first because
swallow
it's
the
easy to
wiener like a
swallow.
pill.
Try to eat the bread,
True.
kind of stuck. So try to.
True.
It's kind of hard to swallow.
Hell no.
I would say like the entire thing, right? Like the bun, the hot dog, and whatever sauce you want, ketchup, mustard. I don't fucking care, dude. Just put it on there, smear it on it like a fat load, and just gulp it down your throat. That's how you do it.
Yeah, you got to have a saucy wiener to eat it properly.
That's right.
Okay. Anyways, wasn't there a topic today, guys?
There is a topic today, actually. It's about horror games today. Horror genre. Not like
Hell yeah.
like we're obviously there's Phasmophobia that's popular right now, and we'll obviously talk about that later in the stream. But right now, I was wondering like the horror genre, like what are today's popular horror games, and how is the genre doing? Like I know Phasmophobia's out there. Dead by Daylight shows up on Halloween most of the time, like it just appears and people play it. But like I don't know, man. What do you guys think about the horror genre? Is it good, or?
I think.
Go? Yeah, go first.
Okay, I was gonna say I think it's in a great spot just because, well, especially over the last like 10 years, how easy it is to make games, or how much easier it's gotten. I guess like everybody that has an idea for a scary game can basically get their idea either out there or make it themselves. So like it more has to do with how easy and how popular it is to get indie games out there, but horror indie games and all that stuff still fall into that category. So I think horror games are in a good position.
All right.
Yeah.
What do you think, Dino?
Yeah, for me, I'm the tradition, the what you call this retro horror stuff. So before, we don't have indie horror games. So it's like when people, Resident Evil is out or Silent Hill is out. It's like it will stuck for how many months or years, not unless you hear something is released again. So it's like for me, like okay, I like this horror game A, horror game B, but we don't, as Sebastian said, we don't take a look on the horror indie games. So it adds to the competition. There's a lot of horror indie games right now which are pretty going well. So if we take those triple A horror games with the good producers like Capcom and the other stuff, then we have this indie horror games. They're trying to like compete within the spot, which is the most scariest game of all time, which is
True.
There's always be a niche on that one, because I mean, if your preference is like the survival horror or the shit scare or the scare tactic horror games that you usually play, then the people will be really, really like, oh, what's the most scariest play that you have? The answers will be like different. How many like different? It will be like varying from Resident Evil to the indie game stuff. So that's why I'm saying. So I kind of agree with Sir Bastard on the competition is there because of the indie horror games that is popping out right now.
I feel like the biggest difference in like the community of the horror genre is there's like story games, right? There's like Outlast for example, like just an entire story that's scary as shit, and you have to play through it and probably die a couple times. And then there's like the indie games which are multiplayer, and like I think that's the biggest difference in horror games. And while there's always going to be a person that likes the one better than the other, I think.
Yeah, probably. We cannot get the unified consensus, but we can get the majority at least. Okay, we can just need to extrapolate that. Okay, these people like this. We cannot arrive at the answer at which is the scariest game of all time,
True.
because the answers will be. I mean, the people will be lobbying for it will be diverse. I mean, will
Yeah.
be not only one.
Everybody has a different opinion on what
Yes.
makes something scary. So
Exactly.
what makes a game scary to you guys? Do you guys like scary games where you can fight back? Or do you like scary games where you're helpless and you die in like 1 or 2 hits?
Okay, for me, I like the story better because that what keeps me going or liking a horror game. If the horror game's lore or story itself, the background is good, then most probably, even though the gameplay or the game style is kind of clunky, and like Fatal Frame right now, I'm playing it, though it's clunky and the bosses are shit and there's some stupid shit mechanics there, but still I like the game because I like the story of the game, which is based on Japanese traditions or folklore. So that's
Yeah.
what keeps me going on with the horror game or with that particular game, no matter how shitty the gameplay is or how absurd the mechanics are. So for me, it's a story.
Okay.
I got you.
I gotta admit, I don't really play horror games on the regular. I have certainly played my fair share. I'm just looking to my left because I wrote it down what I played. I played Until Dawn, I played Outlast, I played Alien Isolation, and obviously Phasmophobia. Probably a couple more games. But you can see that most of those, there's only one multiplayer game in there.
Yeah, agree.
And I definitely like the story the most, I think. I also have that with like movies, regardless of what genre. Just a movie
Yeah.
should have a good like story. Like if it's just special effects, like what the fuck are you watching? You're just shutting your brain off, and like watching it.
Yeah.
But like I like my good stories, and I definitely like them in horror games. When it comes to though like other games, like League of Legends doesn't have a fucking story. Well, it does have gigantic lore right in the background, but it's not in the game. You get what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
game is just so. When it comes to the horror genre, I definitely want story, but I do think that it's also very fun to like play with friends. I actually discovered this
Yeah.
recently.
I think
But
that concept was really pumped into my head when we play Phasmophobia. It's like it's fun playing with other people because all of you
oh,
are kind of scared on a particular scenario. So
oh,
it's not unlike it. It's fun to play horror games when someone is watching with you. So
yeah,
let's say I play Silent Hill 1 or whatever Silent Hill it is. I like people watching because when I was a kid, it's like our community, or should I say our neighborhood, it's like that. So if there will be one people, or if we know that this guy has a game like horror game, okay, can we watch? Can you watch? You played the game, then we will play it like nighttime, so it will be scary. So that game will not be played. That will be untouched, not unless it will be played on nighttime and with people watching on it. So I kind of admit that if there are some people who are also scared when you play it, then that's the best experience you'll get in a horror game as well.
hmm,
Considering if we're trying to use Phasmophobia as a horror experience with
yeah.
it.
The problem I kind of have with multiplayer horror games is that like, if I like Dead by Daylight is really not that scary. It's more
Yeah,
like
true.
it's a multiplayer horror game, but like it's really not a horror game in my opinion. But Phasmophobia is a whole lot more scary. What do you think about that, Sebastian?
I was gonna say because Phasmophobia is still multiplayer, but it's not competitive. And Deadlight by Daylight,
Yeah,
it's like the scary aspect is like you're more competitive with it than you are afraid of it, which I think is like a downfall. Like, yeah, it's fun and it's gimmicky and stuff, but like you said, you eventually don't get scared of it. So
true.
in Phasmophobia, it's not really a competitive like feel towards like you're not
Mhm.
like getting competitive with the ghost because it's not a player. It
Mhm.
doesn't give a shit. It's just an AI. So
Mhm.
like you can anticipate what it's going to do or try to, but there's no sense of competition, I guess, with it directly. So
True.
I feel like it makes it a lot scarier because there's a lot of tension that you can't
Yeah.
really like aim or get aggressive towards anybody with.
Phasmophobia esports confirmed.
Not
I'd
sure.
watch it, dude.
Dead
I
by
want
Daylight esports.
I probably wouldn't watch that. Actually, I would. There'd be a lot of shit talking. That'd be fun.
I've never played Dead by Daylight, I gotta admit, but I still think it's I'm not even gonna try, in my opinion. Like I just feel like I've watched people play the game and they're like never scared. They're just there, right?
Yeah.
Sitting and playing it. And everybody on Halloween is always like, "Ooh, let's play a scary game for Halloween. Let's play Dead by Daylight." Ooh boy. Just why, man? Man
Yeah.
up. I don't
Yeah.
Yeah,
know.
because I'll be watching it and like a killer will do something and like pop out and grab somebody and like they don't jump or scream. They're just like, "Oh, you motherfucker, you piece of shit." I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, that's an understandable reaction, but that's not
Yeah,
what I watch a horror game for. That's not the reaction I
exactly.
want."
Exactly.
Wow, my cat is just viciously chewing me.
Wow. Well, you are his dinner.
Yep. Yeah, I can see it right now. Yep. There she is.
So, have you guys played any other multiplayer horror games other than Phasmophobia that you actually thought were scary? Because I'm just generally like intrigued by this because Phasmophobia is actually the first multiplayer game that scared me. Horror
Yeah.
game that scared me. First multiplayer horror game that scared me. And like, bruh, is there any other games like this?
For me, I think this is the first time for me since most of the horror games will be on a single player setup usually.
True.
I think if I will consider Resident Evil 5 as a horror game rather than a survival game, then I think that will be the first multiplayer game.
Hmm.
Horror, okay, because consider Resident Evil 5 story wise, it should be an horror. Well, it turned out to be an action game for some reason. So there
Yeah.
you go.
Hmm.
So imagine Chris Redfield punching boulders and blocks with his bare hands. So what to do with that? My
Him
greatest,
punching that boulder into the
yeah, I can
lava.
remember that scene. It's stuck in my mind. Like press, press X, press A to punch the boulder. Pa, 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 pa. So there's the horror game in that one.
Uh,
So yeah, if multiplayer, if okay, if RE5 is a horror game, then that's the first multiplayer. I think I will consider that as a multiplayer horror game
Yeah.
that I played. But in context, it's not really a horror game. It's just more of action game filled with
Yeah.
zombies and everything.
Okay. What about you, Sebastian?
I actually like growing up and like when I got my first laptop, I got what was it, the orange box, I think. And it came with like Team Fortress and Portal.
Oh,
Ah.
that one.
And like
Okay.
playing Half-Life got me into Gmod. And on Gmod, there were a ton of game modes that were basically kind of like zombies and stuff, where like one person would get infected and have to chase down like a group
Ah.
of 50 people. And like they'd try to infect more people, and everyone would try to hide
Oh,
and barricade. And I played that on Gmod, that game mode, for like 3 summers, 3 years. I was obsessed with that game mode. And I think that's like one of the first like I would call that a horror game that I actually liked that was multiplayer.
All
And
right.
yeah, so Gmod, yeah.
I actually have just thought of it since you said TFT. I actually forgot completely about it, but now I remember
yeah,
it.
me too, me too. Not you brought it. Like it brings back memories. Oh shit, the Gmods. Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
I mean, the first ever horror game I played, and as well the first multiplayer horror game, I guess, then that I got scared by, was also with a high school friend, William, who I still hang around with sometimes and even play that.
What up, Willie?
is is Team Fortress 2.
Hell yeah.
Nothing
There
for
was
the
a modded servers that was like I don't know what it's called, but it's like Slender Man kind of thing. I don't know what it was though. It's like it wasn't just Slender Man. It was like a bunch of monsters, but you would like go in there with your boys, with the boys, and you just walk around. But I think the reason I got scared of that game is because I wasn't like young as shit, right?
maybe
Yeah.
perhaps. Yeah.
So like I was like around the age of 14, I guess, when I played that, or something like that, I guess, or 15. And I got scared back then about that game, but now if I don't think I'd get scared if I played it right now. But it was definitely a whole lot of fun, and it got me into the genre. What did you guys like first play ever? Like I was like, wow, let's play more, I guess.
I don't.
Mm.
It wasn't really games for me that got me into like looking for horror games, but like movies and stuff. Because like I was real big into like body horror movies, like the Alien movies or like the Hellraiser movies, the ones that are like really gory or like visceral, like that gross kind of horror. And like I liked movies like that when I was younger, so it led to me like trying to find games and other forms of media that had that kind of element to it. Which I was gonna say, what do you guys prefer? Do you prefer like gory kind of horror, or do you prefer like just the tension? But we can ask that later.
Yeah. I think Rez's question was the first because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to jump in right into that one, but I want to answer Rez's question first. Like, what is the first horror that it really riled me up inside? So for me, I was thinking of this earlier because I'm pretty sure that this question will be asked. So I was choosing between RE2 and RE2 and Silent Hill 1, which is on the PlayStation 1. So the reason for RE2 is that when I was okay, maybe I'm just still a child during that time. So I got a bad dream of it. It's like I was running around Umbrella facility and the tyrants and Mr. X is chasing me for some reason. So when I wake up, it's like I'm sweating cold, something like that. But technically the game is not that it's not that too much of a scary as compared to Silent Hill. For me, Silent Hill, I'm not sure. Like I cannot really move the player because I know there's an enemy there and it will grab me. So it's like everything is dark, especially the school stage or the school area in Silent Hill, where you don't have any lights except for your tiny flashlight over your chest. So you don't expect when ghosts are
Yeah.
trying to show up and try to grab you some shit. So I was asking my friend, why are you using a pipe instead of an handgun? Because handgun deals most damage rather than the pipe. Then he told me, you will see why. Then I saw these tiny enemies that try to grab you, which cannot be reached by handgun.
Oh yeah.
You try to smash them with a pipe.
Yep.
Then moving forward, like Silent Hill experience, like no other. Well, that's the first game that really scared the shit out of me. The Silent Hill 1 on the PlayStation.
Good choice. Good choice.
Good stuff.
Mm.
About the gore stuff you asked.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I don't mind the gore, but I'm more about the tension, I think.
Okay,
Personally.
so you don't have to see it. You just the fact that you might see it is enough to get you going.
Well, yes, but like I definitely like sometimes also enjoy like a good old, leg or two being severed, or
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
I
know,
mean,
stomach being cut open.
why have all the tension and all the buildup if you're not gonna,
Yeah, the build-up.
yeah, why have the buildup if you're not gonna bust? You
Yeah,
got to see something that makes you go, ha ha, got him.
Imagine a movie just being built up, and then the very last moment of the movie it just ends, nothing happens, and you're like, what? That doesn't exist. Of course, there's got to be like a moment that it happens. But like the most fun part for me is like the build up is there, and then the moment, like there's gonna be a moment when it happens, but it needs to be unexpected, right?
Yeah.
That's the part I like best, I guess.
Okay, for me it will be the tension because since I am really into horror stuff, not that geeky, but I have my own way of liking horror stuff. So for me, I do classify it to American horror and Asian horror. So Asian horror, maybe sometimes it's gory, not unlike in American horrors, which is really gory,
Mm.
visceral, as you mentioned, Sebastian a while ago. Well, in Asian horror, sometimes they focus on the story itself, then they try to build stories on top of it. The scare factors are still there. Okay, so I was watching Shutter. It is originally a Thailand horror, but it was adopted in US.
Yeah.
So it built the tension like actually Shutter's about a guy with holding his camera, then he's trying to picture every time he pictures something, then the ghost is there. It's like kind of like Fatal Frame. So yep. So from start to bottom, I was asking, so like why the main character is still being chased by the ghost after all the purifying and stuff? Because he
Yeah.
cannot believe it. Like at the end of the movie. Okay, spoiler alert, but anyway, I just say it because it's a long movie. It's like why is being chased? I was asking myself, what is the story? What is the there should be a like in Asian horror movies, like there's a pattern to it. So there's the story. Of course, the scare
Yeah.
tactics will be there. And third, what is the driving mechanism? Like, how's the curse being attached to? Okay, like right now, I'm not cursed, but eventually, as you progress through the movie, you will be cursed. So it's like I'm thinking, what is that thing or action or maybe some ritual that cursed me? So I will think of that one. So in every Asian movies, it will be there. So Ring, because
Yeah.
you saw the video, right?
Yeah.
In The Grudge,
I don't remember
you
The
went to
Grudge.
the house, so the grudge will be transferred to you. And even though if you move outside from the house, the grudge will follow you, or that kayako will
Oh
follow,
yeah,
or
okay.
whatever.
No, I remember The Grudge now. Never mind.
Now, and the Shutter, so right now at the end of the movie, he cannot believe that there's still paranormal activities happening to him, even the cleansing stuff. And
Yeah.
he found out that on accidentally, he dropped his camera and he took a picture of himself. To his surprise, that the ghost was really like hanging onto him from day one until the end of the film.
Oh.
So it's that
Ah.
explains the reason why he's being haunted, he's being
So
cursed.
basically he got cursed before the movie even started.
Yes. So
And you just never find out
no
the
one
reason.
will tell you about it. Not until you
That's
watch the
fucked
end.
up, dude. But I like
Yeah,
that.
What
That's
the
I
interesting.
fuck?
mean, it's like he threw his camera because he's fed up with his life. Then the
Yeah.
camera,
He's sick of it.
it took a
Wow.
picture of him. Then all of a sudden, like when he used a Polaroid film, so that's why it's exciting. So
I gotcha.
he was shaking the film like that. So then afterwards, like, oh shit, that the ghost. So the picture when the picture cleared up, it's like the ghost like is hanging on him
They're just
from
chilling.
the
They're
start
best
to the
friends. They're
film.
homies.
And there's a visual cue on it which is in the middle part of the movie. Like there's
Yeah.
this one uh a child monk like Ang or Avatar, which is in the movie.
Avatar.
And
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
so he was staring at the guy like this, like he was staring, and the
Could he
guy,
see the ghost?
yeah, and the guy
Ah,
cannot,
gotcha.
yeah, and the guy cannot believe why that kid is staring like this to him.
Well,
So
yeah, I would have been like, what the hell?
so if you
Push the kid
connect
down.
it to the end, now you will know why that the child is staring like this to him, because he can see the ghost. Why the guy cannot see that the ghost is hanging like hugging him?
Well, that
That's
kid's an asshole then.
fucking
Why didn't he learn
weird.
it?
You know, I think for Buddhist tradition, they're not allowed to speak. So you remember Hangover 2, right?
Oh, so he like had
Then,
a okay. He was
yeah,
having
in the
Ah.
Hangover 2, they explain it why the people don't speak, because it's about for them to keep silent.
I gotcha. I
Yeah,
still
so
think that's fucked up, but all right. At
yeah,
least
it's
he had a
fun.
good
If you
reason.
want to watch the movie, the original, the Asian film, okay. I
Yeah.
know there's a American adaptation to that film, but if you want to
Yeah.
watch the original one, try to watch it. It's
Yeah, that sounds creepy. I'll have to.
What was the name? What was the name?
Shutter.
Shatter?
Click,
Shutter.
shutter, camera shutter.
Okay, gotcha. I just like Googled it, I guess.
The only problem with Asian horror films, you need you need someone to translate it. Of course,
Yeah.
just the subtitles.
I
That's the
gotcha.
most jarring part of it. But if you know, like for me, I know that there's a curse system like that, or
Yeah, you're used to like that kind of
will be
storytelling.
haunting. So normally there's a pattern for that one in Asian horror movies.
Doesn't it get old though? Like maybe there's like different ways to do horror, of course, but eventually it would kind of get old and you get used to it.
Yeah, that happened to me. But of course, there's another part, which is the scare tactics. Okay, there is this one film that, it scared out of me again after this wave of horror films. So there's this film that called Coming Soon. Again,
Okay.
it's an Asian horror movie. Coming soon. So literally coming soon. So okay, fine. Coming soon. I think, okay.
Come on, Sebastian.
Why the film is called Coming Soon? It's because
Stop
of
saying it.
it's because of it is happened in a cinema. That's why it's next attraction now showing.
Oh, I got you.
Coming
Like a
soon.
movie.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
I
So
haven't seen a
that
movie in like over a year. So
Yeah, so that film, it has good and witty horror tactics. So I like that movie as well because they know how to scare the people. That's it. I will not tell the story, but if you want
I
to
got
tell me the story, but yeah, so
Red,
see, so even though I know the system of how they will try to lay out the story and other stuff, there's still one factor that you'll be scared, and that's the scare tactics portion. It will be there
All
for
right.
sure.
upstairs and stuff. They can switch up and make their own.
What would you guys think about like a game that would randomly generate horror scenarios and you'd play through them?
That will be awesome for me. So like,
Have you
don't know
guys
what to do.
heard of that SCP containment breach game?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
man.
Like
I heard that
that's
again.
not really horror, but like, have you the website for all the made up stories is fantastic, and the game
Yeah,
that they're making
I agree. I
Yes.
agree with that one. They made a
game that
good
they're making
horror of the
is
experimental
fantastic.
subjects.
Is it? It's pretty randomly generated. I know there's a lot of scripted stuff in it now. The more they develop it, but a lot of the enemies and stuff are randomly generated.
Yeah, before
So
it was a thing. I mean, it's a good game like SCP because you don't know which experimental subject will try to attack you.
yeah.
I think it would
So
be
about you,
great
Rez?
to
Have you heard
like yeah, I heard of it. I definitely have read a couple as well. But I was like more thinking of like an entire environment generated by a computer and then like a monster generated by a computer, a story generated by a computer. Like maybe it follows guidelines so that it's not different, like completely different. You don't understand the game every time you have to relearn it. But I think it's definitely cool, I guess, right? And it would definitely be scary because it doesn't get old, but also very hard to make, I guess. But
Yeah. Because I mean, well, we were going to talk about it eventually, but Phasmophobia is at least has semi-generated or like random enemies, I guess, and the environments are
yeah.
kind of the same, but what room it's in and like how it's like where it goes and like how it attacks and stuff is different. So I think that's a good like base, but it is real easy to get used to Phasmophobia, I feel.
Yeah. Actually,
yeah, especially for
shameless
you,
self
we're
plug.
already level 25.
What were you saying, Rez? Sorry.
Shameless self plug. New videos
Yeah,
coming
shameless
out about
self-plug.
Phasmophobia real quick on YouTube. Just want to let you guys know on my main channel, new video coming out about it probably this weekend or after the weekend, right after. Make sure to check that out. We got a RhezCast topic in chat. Somebody redeemed it with channel points.
Nice.
Truffles asks, but have you guys heard of Zombievers or the drone? I have heard of the drone.
No, for me, I haven't
What is
heard.
this?
It is fucking bad. Okay, so Zombievers, I don't know about that one, but the drone is a movie about a drone that like a man. I think I don't know the exact story, but a man buys a drone, and then the drone gets possessed, and then the drone does horror
I
stuff.
think I saw a trailer
It's
of
so
that one.
bad. It's so bad. And in the end, like a dude dies or some shit. It's so fucking bad, dude.
See, like that, when it's presented like that, that sounds so stupid and dumb and campy. But have you guys ever watched the fucking Black Mirror series on Netflix?
Yeah,
What?
not everything though, but yes.
Mm.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's an episode where like the U.S. military develops like little drones that carry explosives that they can
Mhm.
use to clear buildings from like enemies and stuff. And
Mm.
somebody gets a hold of a shipment of them and starts using it to kill people in America, and everybody's like losing their shit. So like it's funny how when you present it like that, it's stupid and laughable, but then the way Black Mirror does it, it's the same exact concept and it's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
terrifying. It's like,
True.
holy shit. Because I mean, how we already have drones that can like tase and shoot people. I'm sure they have some kind of development where drones will be able to fly in and fucking blow you up before you can do anything.
Sure.
So
I
like,
think so too.
I don't know. It's just like two extremes of the same idea, in my opinion. Except one of them fucking terrifying.
I mean, the drone, that movie is just fucking dumb. Like it's
Oh,
just
yeah,
so
the ghost possessing
badly made.
it.
Like there's a ghost that possesses a drone, or I don't even know what it is. Like I haven't seen it, I just heard about it. But like
See,
it's so weird, man. It's so weird and bad.
I was gonna say, it's funny how the ghost taking over a drone is less scary than just regular people flying the drone.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's less scary. Like imagine if there was somebody like behind it, you know? Like I don't know.
Fucking take the mask off the drone. It's like Mega Man or Lightning McQueen from Cars.
Probably.
Or I don't know about the zombie beavers, but it sounds very interesting, truthful.
No, it's not. It's not very interesting.
Well, the
Here,
beavers
you
are
wanna,
coming.
Oh, dude, perfect. We could order it on Amazon right now.
The
Sick.
zombie beaver?
Yeah, here. I'm going. Check the Discord. I got something for you guys.
There's no way, dude. Oh my.
What the?
Oh my no. All right. Well, I'll leave that up to the imagination for the viewers.
I cannot believe this. I cannot
Do you
believe
see
what
what
they're
it says at the
showing.
top? It's apparently somebody that worked on The Ring worked on this movie.
What the fuck?
Okay, man. Let's just move on because this makes me lose hope in humanity.
Truffle, why do you have to ruin a good
Someone
thing?
from the ring. Then anyway, what to do?
Okay, so I just want to know, what do you guys think about Phasmophobia? I think personally, it's a good game is an overstatement. I think it's a pretty okay game, but it's definitely very good for because it's in early access, right? Like it's early access, so it's still on its development phase, and it's very, very promising if it's already doing this good right now, right?
Yes,
Agreed.
yes. I was gonna say it's it may be an okay game, but it's a fantastic idea.
Yeah,
And as long as they keep building on that, I'm excited to keep playing it.
Yeah.
same.
Same.
There's already been an update, I'm pretty sure, because like I suddenly got fucking killed even though it wasn't haunting, and that was just weird. Like what? That scared me because it usually doesn't happen. I was like, oh look, the ghost is walking over there. There's no flickering lights. Let me walk up with my camera and take a picture for money. And then it just fucking killed me. And I was like, bro, what do you mean? That's never happened before.
Oh yeah, teleported behind you. Nothing personnel.
Teleported.
Oh my, well move.
Well, when we play, remember it's the first line in command. It always gets killed. It
Yes.
always gets
That's
killed.
what you get. Whenever you beat us into battle, Rez, you have to be the first to die.
I always die. Why do I always die?
Because
Not
you're the
unless
mama bird and we're the little baby birds, and we have to feast on your corpse to thrive and make
I
money
see,
while
I
you
see.
feed the ghost.
yeah,
I see.
not unless Sebastard levels you gets his level way up faster.
I am
Then
like
he can take
34 or
up
something now.
34 shit.
Yeah.
What? Well, now you're the mother bird. I'm not gonna die anymore now. Good shit.
Dude,
How did you go? You were 24 the last time we played. I was
Yeah,
27.
they're
And now you're
24.
30?
with Consulman. Consulman's like 46 now.
What?
And he has a couple grand saved up. The dude's been hustling.
Grand?
Yeah.
A couple
have, like-
fucking grand?
I have like 1,400 right now.
What? What the fuck? I keep dying for you, and this is what I get.
Well, I'll tell you what. Like when we play later, I'll buy everything. Okay, I'll treat you, baby. I'll make you feel real good. Promise.
Come on, man. Like,
Actually, I heard Console Man. He already told me this, that he was really playing on a professional level setup, and he just joins with other players. Maybe that group that he's joining with are really professionals such that they know everything. Like maybe they will finish the game in like 10 to 15 minutes, something like that. They can already check the ghost. Like, I don't know. So I think that's the reason why he got his leveling up faster, the grind that
I
worked
see.
for him.
I see you
Because he's
slapping,
just joining the lobby. He doesn't know other people will play aside from us. So what he does is just join randomly to other people's.
Yeah, he was telling me he ran into like a lobby that had a level 800 and a level 500 in it. And they just like had everything, and they just added everything as soon as they joined the lobby. So he didn't even have to add anything. And he just played a couple games with them, and they just tore through it. Easy peasy.
800?
Yes, dude.
I
Yeah.
didn't hear anything of what you just said after 800.
Yes, dude.
That is what, bro? What?
Yeah.
No.
Maybe you want to try to join to that lobbies right now or later.
Yeah,
Join to
like
a
he just
random
joins random
lobby.
lobbies, and he'll find people in the hundreds, and
What?
he never has to buy anything. So that's why he has so much money, because he never has to spend any of it.
I see, man. Seaman. All right. Well, if anything, I think it's a great game, and I'm looking forward to what it's up to. You know, the studio, and I hope they don't fuck it up. I really hope it doesn't become a game where you can beat a monster.
Yes, I hope it doesn't. Unless they add a separate game mode. If they add a separate game mode, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah,
but I
okay.
would not want that to become the focus at all. No.
No, indeed. I agree. Because then you get that competitive feeling again. And I agree with Sebastian, because that competitive feeling completely blows away the horror. It's either a competitive game or a horror game. If you have a horror game, you have an AI that controls everything, and anything can happen. But if it's a competitive game, if a player is in control, it's like you're like trying to win more than that you're scared, I guess.
Yeah.
True to that.
But I guess they could try it by adding a separate game mode. I wouldn't mind that. I would just not play it, I guess.
I
Or
was
maybe
gonna
try
say, yeah,
it, but...
like I wouldn't play it. And like if you were just a monster, I don't know if that would even be fun. If you were just
there will be no element of surprise or horror or scare to that one. If you know
because
that
like how would you make
right.
it? Like, would they pick the room? How would you make it? They like when they appear and when they disappear.
Yeah,
like there's like a bunch of stuff you'd have to like figure out for that to like really be an even experience.
Probably like sanity makes, like there's like a bar, and if it's 100% you can hunt, and like if their sanity's low it goes up faster. If they turn on light switches it goes up faster. If the power turns off, you can, maybe it gets a boost for 10%. I don't know, man, but
no, it will be a weird game now. It will be a weird game.
That would be a weird game. It would be completely different. I agree. It wouldn't work.
So what about when you die? You know how you become like you're a ghost yourself, basically. What if they introduced elements that you as a ghost could use to like?
They're working on stuff.
The ghost yourself.
I don't know what they're adding, but they're adding something for players that are dead to do, instead of just following and like hearing how it goes. They're working on something that people can do to like not be bored out of their fucking skull.
I was gonna say like to either distract or like pull attention away from the ghost or like slow
Yeah,
it down.
maybe they can learn something from Among Us, where the players who died there can still do their daily task.
Yeah.
At least they can still help. At least.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say it again because I want to. Remember, guys, Phasmophobia video dropping soon on my YouTube channel. Just want to shout that out. Suck my balls. I want you to watch it.
Go watch it.
Go
Exactly.
watch it.
I also wanted to talk about with you guys about horror, about Halloween.
What about it? Tell me more, Daddy Rez.
I'm just like wondering if like there's a difference in countries that celebrate it. Because like in the Netherlands, I don't know, we don't really do it. I feel like people say they do it, but I don't think so. Like I've rarely had people knock on my door and like, "Sup, homie? Can we get some candy?" It's just I don't know. But I feel like when I watch like movies and shit and stuff, that it's a way bigger deal in America.
Oh yeah, it's huge in America.
So you
Yeah.
In
guys,
fact, we still have people trying to do it despite the whole COVID thing.
Really?
And
Oh,
they actually like I'm pretty sure at the start of our stream I was complaining that the county, the state is sending texts to people telling you to not go out tonight. So and people are already mad on like local Facebooks and Twitter and stuff complaining that, you know, this is violating their First Amendment right and they're going to riot. Not really that dramatic, but you know how people can get.
yeah, I actually Googled Halloween and it said like there are countries that really do it, like UK, US, couple others too. But like Netherlands, I guess like we know it exists. It's just there, and we're like don't really do it. I don't think we do it as bad as other countries, but there's like stuff. There's like some people that go door to door, I guess. But I've personally never done it, and maybe that's just me. But
Even as a boy, you never went trick or treating?
nope, never.
Really? Okay.
But it's still so it's like a thing you guys know about and can do, but nobody really does.
Well, there's some kids that do it, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know. We don't really go for it, I guess.
Okay, so both of you are done already, I guess. For me in the Philippines, okay. So technically, we have an uh, not a holiday. It's already considered always a holiday, but we have a day. It is November 1st and November 2nd, which is after Halloween. So we call it the Day of Mourning. So we
Yeah.
have a like Day of Mourning and All Souls Day. So usually on these periods, people are like customary tradition to go and visit their loved ones from cemeteries and sort. So it's like Halloween is the Kickstarter for this, and the coming days will like be like this. So horror stuff is always like induced in those days, and
Yeah.
usually even the media itself's like they're trying to create an Halloween special for the horror. I think this is the usual stuff like list of
Yeah.
horror stuff.
Gotcha.
As for the Halloween itself, okay, maybe if I'm from a city which is more modernized or more open, like usually it will depend. I think I consider Halloween's like an office activity or just an event for the kids, because
Yeah.
it's really the kids are doing the trick or treat stuff. You will
Yeah.
not see adults or grown men or women.
Well, you do, but it's creepy. You're like,
Yeah,
That's the
it's a bit
scariest
creepy.
part. That's the scariest part.
if I give you some
Yeah.
candy, will you go very far away, sir? Please.
So I think for us, it's more of an office function or maybe an event just to get excited. Oh, guys, because it's Halloween. Okay, so
Okay.
people will go like, okay, they will bring their children to the office or
Yeah.
to whatever event it is with dressed stuff. The usual dress something. But we are hearing complaints before, like some people or some kids were traumatized because, okay, I will just what you call this share my story with it, because back then before I moved here in Middle East, So there's this one in our office. It's all yearly tradition. It's always there's a Halloween party fight, and the whole office participates in it. So our objective back then was to design your floor or your area with the best stuff, with the best scary stuff that you have.
Right.
Okay.
So it's like we're trying to work for it. I mean, days we're trying to spend until 11 p.m., 1 a.m. just to decorate the house. Imagine, I mean, not the house, the floor itself. Imagine that all the people in the office will try to spend time until 1 a.m. just to decorate the office
Yeah, that
for some scary.
sounds fun. To
Yeah,
be
Very
and
honest.
productive day at work.
imagine how the hell that you can build a zip line in the office.
Wait,
So we have
what?
done something with the wiring.
A zip
What?
line?
Yeah, zip line. So there's a pulley. We have created a pulley. So we have stuff like a floating ghost. So once we pull the stuff, then the ghost will try to scare at the people.
Okay, I
A
got you.
fucking zip line in the office. That's sick.
Yeah,
See, you said zip line, and I was imagining
not
like
really
you
a
were.
zip line, maybe a pulley. I just try to emphasize. It's
Well,
a
I was
pulley.
imagining you were hooking yourself up to it and like going across the office.
No, the whole floor will the floor will crash down if someone really attaches himself on that
About to
pulley.
say,
or
what
zip.
kind of ceiling did you have?
Okay, now so here comes the part. So it's like we try to decorate the office and everything in it. So okay, so this one will be this section, and this one will be that section, and this one will be the zip line section for the ghost. So everyone, if okay, so every floor has their own their own team. Try to be different from each another. And our visitors, especially those kids that are trying to pass the office just to get their trick or treat, needs to like roam throughout the office. So
Yeah.
it's like after we scared you, oh shit, sorry for scaring you, kiddos. Or here's your trick or treat, something like that. The end of the
That's
scare.
smug about it. Dang.
Okay, so there we go. So it's like okay, trick or treat, and we got complaints after the event. Like there are some people. I mean, the HR told us that some of the children were trying to like they were traumatized for those flying zipline ghosts and stuff.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, so I'm not sure in our floor, but in the others, maybe they have received their complaints as well. So after that, the HR have got the reports that some kids were traumatized from what they saw and whatever gory stuff they see. So the next Halloween event after that incident, or maybe just call it an incident, but it's not really. After that, we're stopped doing horror stuff. We're just trying to be more cartoony, maybe Disney stuff. We tried to stop doing the horror, the really scary stuff, because we don't want kids to be traumatized again.
I get that.
I was gonna say, what do you guys use for Halloween decorations? Because here we'll put like little skeletons and bats and pumpkins, and like that's typically Halloween decorations.
So actually, it depends on the
Nothing.
budget. It depends on
What?
the budget, but we do improvise. So sometimes we buy stuff like what you call this, bed sheets. What else? Some used office supplies as well, just to don't want to buy, but the stuff we need to recycle. So if there's used paper, okay, use that used paper. What else? Use thumbtacks. Use thumbtacks.
All right. So anything you can find, basically.
I was
Use
gonna
that-
say, are you throwing thumbtacks at these children? Like what
No.
the heck?
No, come on.
You
We're trying to
look
see-
really pill there, buddy. Yeah, I use pen eraser on my face. Nah, but I actually read about Halloween on Wikipedia, and it was fucking weird about the origin and shit. So since I'm not a country that primarily celebrates it, I was like, maybe you guys know something about this. But there was apparently something about how they celebrated Halloween because it used to be like the end of the year on Halloween, apparently.
Yeah.
And the ghosts of the people that died that year would come back to try and possess people.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
Oh, I
That's
haven't. First
that,
time hearing it, to be honest.
that's apparently the origin of like how Halloween
Oh,
existed. Then everybody just forgot about it, I guess.
maybe because no one. If now they know that that's the real essence of, or that's the real intention of the Halloween, then there will be no celebrations anymore for sure.
I was gonna say, like, why just the people that died that year? I'd be coming back every year. I don't give a shit. I ain't passing on. I'll come back next Halloween too.
Well,
Halloween after
Maybe
that, I'm taking over somebody's body.
Sebas tried to create a movie on that one.
you
He
know,
tried.
if you think about it, it's really dumb. Why would ghosts come back all on one specific day? Like,
Yes.
Yeah, when they have to compete with an. I'm coming back on Christmas. How about that?
yeah, exactly. Just fucking
Yeah.
possess
Everybody
Santa.
else taking a day off? Nuh-uh. It's haunting time. Fuck you
I think
guys.
there's a reason. Okay, I'm be wrong because I'm into some horror stuff, but not much. It's because on the tradition. Normally, it's either tradition on or how people believe on it. Okay, there's this thing that why do paranormal activities happen? So it's because that people believes in paranormal activities are existing. They're really like a thing. Okay,
Yeah.
there are
Yeah.
some countries that don't really believe this shit, so it will not ever like appear on that particular country or some particular area.
Won't take root there. I
Since
got you.
people are trying to think, okay, this is really real, this is a thing, so it's like it gives the impression that this thing or maybe this hunting or whatever it is, or this paranormal activity, it's slowly materializing like into a really existing thing because people are trying to feed it some thoughts on it, like it gives shape to that thing or to that paranormal activity situation.
Hmm.
So come to think of it, i- if you watch, do you watch Chills?
No.
Watch what?
Chills?
Chills, the top 10 videos.
No, no, no,
The
no, no.
No,
scary.
no.
Okay, so normally you know that okay, maybe Americas because people there's some paranormal experts for sure. Okay, there'll be a
Number
paranormal situation
15.
there because the origin is like okay, people are believing themselves that this thing is happening, so it will really happen in some situations.
Hmm. Boys, I hate to cut it off here, but we reached our hour of RhezCast. It's over. It's over. It's
Ooh. It
9.
was quick, to be honest.
What?
To be honest, I thought we'll be going for more and more, but no worries, no, never
Nah, the
mind.
RhezCast is usually 1 hour, and then, well,
Wow.
I've never done it before, but today I'll actually continue streaming afterwards. Also, I'll just go play some games. And if
Oh,
you guys feel like it, we can definitely play some Phasmophobia right now if you guys are feeling it. Though I gotta set up some stuff for the stream. And of course, I want to shout out my boys on the stream today. Thank you, Sebastian, for joining us. Check out Sebastian's stream. It's in chat right now. Go click on it. Go click that follow button because he deserves it. Then there's also Dino Mara, or I just call you Dino. I still don't know. What is it?
Try to call me Dino Dino. Dino
Dino.
Dino. You'll get the best of both worlds. You will
It's
not
an
be
honor.
wrong on it, for sure. You will not be wrong.
Definitely check out his stream as well. It's in chat right now. There it is. Click on it. Go follow these boys because they're epic. All right, they're epic gamers, just like everybody else on this channel. I hope you guys all had a blast on this RhezCast. And I hope to see you all next week, Friday, when we're talking about esports. Definitely a completely different subject from today, but still, it's fun. All right, cool.
Heard. Sounds good to me.
Esports.
All right, I gotta put you guys on stream starting soon for a second because I gotta set up some stuff for when I go live. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Later.